Or do I have to?
I'm pushing it. It's going around. Let's see. Let me look at my phone. I think we're live. Let's see. You try to push it.
I just did it.
Oh, it says we're live.
It does say we're live, yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, guys. Sorry. Hi.
Welcome to our lunchtime live. I think this is like the best time for us to do our reviews at this point.
Yes, lunchtime live, baby.
Like I don't know. Our schedules are just not working the way it used to.
I know. So we haven't been able to be in person, and we completely skipped last week.
Sorry, guys. I thought we were gonna get last week's done, but it was India's fault. You guys see India's hair? It's so cute. She got sister locks. So she was unavailable last week because sister locks take about 5 days. Just kidding, but they take a long time.
They do. Yes, no press. The show is trash. It is trash. You're right.
Okay, you guys, okay. It's like this very weird thing where I feel like what they're going through is real, even though they should have never been on the show and should have never been put together. Like, I do think that what we're watching is not BS.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So do y'all, okay, what you want to start with? Okay, we didn't review episode 12, but we probably will have something to say as we go through the couples. I have Mitch and Kristen first, and then Lindy and Miguel. You?
Oh, I do have Mitch and Kristen first, yeah.
Okay, so it started off with Kristen meeting with Stephanie, the neighbor Stephanie. So I thought Stephanie was single. Didn't you think that when he was talking about her?
No,
earlier?
That's his brother's wife. What you mean?
Wait, Stephanie is a brother wife. I thought that was the neighbor. Oh, you're right. Stephanie is the brother's wife, the one that can't stand him. You're right. No, I put the wrong notes. I put that he was meeting with his neighbor, the one, remember, he was FaceTiming with.
That was in the last episode.
Yeah. Okay. So she met with so her meeting with Stephanie was the last episode anyway.
No, it wasn't. No. Him meeting with his neighbor was the last
episode. Gotcha. So I confused it too. Yeah, girl. Stephanie, Stephanie don't really like Mitch.
No, but she did explain that he was just very... So Mitch, we've already uncovered that Mitch reacts out of fear. So his reactions to people that do not like what he likes or are not in agreement with his, with his plight and his efforts, environment. Like, I think that he just goes hard. Like, he goes 0 to 100. And so she was basically like, he had to learn to pull back and compromise and understand that people were not going to be on his time.
Yeah, it was whatever.
I thought that, I still don't think she liked his ass.
No, she doesn't like him. You could tell there, and thinking back to the other episode, she can't stand Mitch ass. She'd probably be keeping her brother away from him. Because imagine how he is about the diapers. Like he's got to be insufferable in real life. And he was watching their baby, so I know she trusts him, right? Because he was watching her kids. Right. But does she like him? No, nobody would just like Mitch. I doubt Mitch even has that many friends, right? He is very insecure. He is very insecure. And a new environmentalist. And people were saying, what kind of environmentalist is not vegan? That's what the people were saying.
What?
The people were saying. They were saying, if you're going to go all the way, like, how are you an environmentalist and you're not vegan? That's what the people say. I have no idea.
I don't know either. That is not my ministry nor my lane. But what I will
say, somebody said, I think Mitch's granola wars are all about him feeling insecure for lack of upward mobility or success.
I could see that. I mean, I think that he explained it. He struggled to find himself in his adulthood. So the fact that he found something that obviously supports him not being, financially
stable,
successful, makes it, or financially, secure, makes it all worth it, right? So I don't make a lot of money. So now if I do something that no one makes a lot of money in, then I'm eating the playing field. And then, by the way, we don't like capitalists. We don't like capitalism. We don't like all these things that affect the environment.
He blew me with that too. He blew me with that.
Him bringing it, it feels like, so when he said it the second time and it sounded all like a lot like the first time, I'm like, he got a spiel and he say it the same way every time. It's his elevator speech, but it's not like, where's the depth to it?
Yeah, it doesn't seem genuine. Because, so they met with Dr. Pepper. That's when that came up. And they started talking about them iced lattes. And I was like, wait, you can't drink iced lattes now?
I was confused. And then they
brought up the cup. It was not bringing a reusable cup. And I get that. Those are small things that people can do. So if you're an environmentalist, I'm sure you want to be using these reusable cups, not using plastic cups, especially with the, the ice drinks, whatever. Okay, cool. So then I was like, okay, now I understand. I thought he meant like, you don't need to be going to Starbucks every day, honey.
But we don't. But there's other reasons for it. But it's fine.
I was like, okay, she could bring the reusable cup or hat, but you can't hand it to them. It don't work like that. I mean, I guess you can ask for it in a regular biodegradable cup and then pour it into your reusable cup.
So during COVID, he was having a fit because Starbucks was like, keep your filthy COVID cups to yourself.
Exactly. So they wasn't even accepting the reusable joints. But okay, so then house flipping is the devil. Yeah, so then they start talking about Dr. Pepper asked her, you got any issues or anything that you thought was gonna be an issue? And she said, yeah, I got scared when I started talking about my future goals of house flipping. Speaking of, when she was describing it, like she acts like everybody and their mama is not doing that. Like she said, I want to start a business where I kind of buy homes and then fix them and sell them. She was acting like it was so profound. I'm like, girl, you want to flip houses on the side.
But
we don't want to do that.
So here's my problem. And this comes up later, but here's my problem.
With her?
She's claiming that Mitch said this for himself, and I actually agree with him. She's claiming that she's doing these things to like for him, or so she changed the way she explained that, right? When she said flip houses, she was like, I want to flip houses and I want to take the furniture and reuse it. Like, bitch, that is not how you would have explained it to anybody except Mitch. You are changing what you're saying because you know he's listening and you're worried about what he's saying. But beyond that, it's like he never asked her to change himself. He drew his line in the sand and said, this is what I am, this is what I do, this is how I live, we should do this. And she did never push back. And so she started to push back, but in the beginning she did not push back. So she's like, he wants me to do all these things. Well, girl, you got to set up for yourself and you have to say what your lines are, and you have to say what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. And you should have some demands for him. Like, you're so busy acquiescing to the people that you date that you started to acquiesce to him, but his demands had a bigger impact on your life. Because it was the day.
Kristen is very insecure because the fact that Kristen is even dealing with half of this shit and been walking on eggshells for the past 5-6 weeks is insane. Like, she is insane, girl. When he starts saying he don't care about, he don't like flipping houses because it intersects like capitalism and damn what's it called when you make gentrification and all of that intersects with environmentalism. Like, do you care or don't you care? Right? You talking about it intersects, so I have to care about it. Do you care about gentrification disproportionately affecting the poor, disproportionately affecting the Black and brown communities, or do you not care? You care that you're supposed to care. Mitch is full of shit. Mitch don't care.
Mitch don't care
about Black people. What Kanye was say? George Bush don't care about Mitch don't care. You don't care.
No.
Her flipping 2-3 houses. Come on now. And he don't actually care. He thinks he's supposed to care. Somebody said his business failed. Now he hates success. He can't perform in the bedroom. Now sex is funny. He is an underachiever, but still wants to judge others. Come on, Dallas boss. Where you been in my life?
That is true. And then Dallas also said that he is cleaning up beaches as opposed to like having significant impacts. And he's not organizing, and even this, he's not organizing beach cleanups. He's just taking his ass to the beach to clean up. Like, no. Impact on the world has to be bigger in that space.
He decided that
as a 41-year-old.
When people, I just don't like people who have extreme personalities in general. So people being extreme with anything is really a coping mechanism, or we all know that, like, in general, people in our lives who are super extreme or one way or other about one thing, it's like they have to do that to cope with something else in their lives. And maybe it's mentally, it feeds them and it keeps them going. But Mitch, you got a lot of other issues.
But here's the catch. I actually think they would work. I think that they actually, if he gave up his little extremism, if he was real about himself and went to therapy and like actually did that, they would work, because she also needs to go to therapy and work on shit for herself. Like either one of them is putting out this like, I am my best self, and you like, Kristen says that. She says, I've worked on myself. And
she
this
does.
but let's be clear. On the last episode, when they were talking to Pia, and Pia asked about her hero, and she broke down and got mad that Mitch questioned who her hero was. He asked childhood heroes. Your mama wasn't doing all of this stuff in your childhood. His questioning is annoying, but his questioning was not false. And I think that the point that he was getting to, and the reason why it touched her so quickly, is because her mom was hard on her. Her parents were hard on her. She did not even, her parents, when she was young, she already said that she had a tough childhood.
She said that.
As a child, your parents scared you. Your parents made you think you weren't perfect. Your mom was not your heroine. So as much as that, yes, he did say it. Mitch didn't answer Pia's question. He basically said himself. But I feel like Kristen is snappy on him and is snapping on him, trying to like get her, like trying to level up on him, because she sees him as this, antithesis to what she's doing. But he is kind of a mirror. It's a fucking mirror. That's what Devin said. Like, it's a mirror. They are reflecting themselves. They both have issues. They are not rooted in the same thing, but they both have similar issues.
I agree, Kimberly. I think Kristen does say things that sound good, because I don't think she believes it. When she was going up on him, when she was going up on him in the group, and like, I know myself. Excuse me, experts. Just listen to me for a second. She was saying all the right things, but I don't think she believed them. I don't think she was I was a whole woman before this process. I was so healed. No, you wasn't, sis, because you wouldn't have even been walking on eggshells from the beginning with this stranger.
Right.
You wouldn't be that pressed to be married if you was a whole woman before this process to somebody who was treating you like garbage. It wasn't even attractive.
You still let them leave you. You still let them cheat on you. You didn't leave them. Like, and don't get me wrong, like things happen, but that man that she was engaged to before had red flags that she ignored, and then broke up because he was
cheated.
Dating somebody else and he cheated on her. Like, no, you're supposed to maybe you become more, but I think that she thinks she portrays herself as one thing, but she's not there emotionally, and she's still not there who she wants to be. She's portraying something that she wants to be, but that's not who she is.
Yeah, because she all of a sudden flipped from trying to be the perfect wife, or trying to, be what he wants her to be, to, oh, but it's about me now. And her sister said that. So you had your sister hyped you up before y'all went to that scene. Your sister hyped you up and was like, girl, it's not about him, it's about what you want too. And then you repeated it verbatim. We know you repeated it verbatim because that's exactly what she said to Mitch. Like, her sister probably said, boss up on that ass and tell him it's not about what he wants. It's, are you the right type of man for me? And then she finally got to that point after a conversation with your sister. If you was there, girl, you would have been there from the beginning, because he was really bad at the beginning. They've been coasting a little bit, but he was terrible at the beginning. So
I also think that she is the Kristen might be insecure because she lost weight. So I don't know how controversial this is gonna be, but I have feelings about the whole makeup thing, and I just think it's interesting. But if we gonna keep, I feel like the makeup thing is what's next.
Yeah, it is.
And you brought up him talking to his sister, to her sister. So I do think that it is like, Mitch, I think, was well-intentioned. He thought that was going to be received very well. Like, oh, he's trying. However, why the hell are you talking to someone's loved one about their appearance? Like, talk to your friends, talk to your homegirl, talk to your neighbor. Talk to your neighbor about sex. Talk to your neighbor about if I should say something to her so that she can tell you, no, don't. But here's the thing. Her insecurity is the reason why she's somehow offended that he likes her for who she is without makeup on. People really try to say, like, makeup is for me. Makeup is for me. Like, yes, people like makeup. Yes, people like how they look in makeup, but we're not going to sit up here and act like society hasn't pushed beauty standards on us. We are not going to act like there are not a bajillion like YouTubers that do makeup because makeup is because of where we are in this society where we care what we look like. And yes, women like to look nice, and yes, women like to wear makeup and all of those things, but a lot of times it is because you are masking something. She don't wear a lot of makeup to mask nothing. She doesn't wear makeup.
She don't wear that much.
But it is not that offensive that someone says, I think you look better natural. You look nicer. Like, I've had people have said that to me. I have never been like, oh my God, how could you? What, you just want to change me? Like, no. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. That would be what you are so offended on. Like, that I just think is crazy to me. But it did start because he told her he wasn't attracted to her in the beginning. So she's been insecure about her looks and about if he's been attracted to her the whole time.
Okay, I don't think that's that controversial.
Okay.
I think the nerve of his dirty ass to tell her what he do or don't like.
But he didn't.
But you know what? That's on her though. But that's on her. But that's on her because if she wants
from him to do, she should say that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Mitch is like every other man. Men want women to look a certain way. The longer you're with somebody, the less you care. Maybe the more you know somebody, the less you care. He hasn't been around her much. So they are literally in this like ticking time bomb where all of their insecurities, all the things they want, they're saying them in a short period of time. He wouldn't have said this to her, but he also may not have ever approached her. He probably would not have dated her if she had on makeup when he met her. Like, there's a lot of things that clearly he wanted some blonde bombshell that has beach blonde hair from surfing and got dirty feet too. That's what he wanted. And that's the part where he messed up, because he should have never said what he wanted or what he expected to her sister. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Because you know her sister gonna say something, number one.
And then I don't know.
Then the end with them was when they were at the group situation, and then the experts came. And she, I don't know. I put that. I mean, we all know Mitch is
yes.
Mitch is unlikable. He's one of the most unlikable ones on the cast. But I just think she's very calculated. She's very calculated. It's something, and y'all know how they do.
We already know she talked to Alexis before that whole little meeting. Alexis did not bring that up out of the blue. That's why Mitch was like, I never said that. Who said that? Who said that? Mitch pulled a Portia, and he was right, because he never said that to the whole group.
Right. That was something, that was a conversation.
Never said that to the whole group. What he said was something that he said to Kristen directly, because he did know Kristen, and it's something that he had just said to her sister. It is not something that Kristen would have brought up if his sister had not said something to her about it on there before they got there. So bottom line is that when he said something about wearing makeup and stuff, that was on the honeymoon. He had never mentioned it to her again until her sister said something, which means her sister said something to her about it. She then said something to Morgan. She then said something to Alexis. And then Alexis and Justin asses talked about it and then brought it up. Like, they are shit starters. Alexis is a messy Mitch.
She is messy. Her and Justin.
Somebody said Mitch told Justin and Lindy.
Oh, did we miss that?
Said that on the after party? No, I watched the after party.
I watched the after party. Mitch.
No, I didn't watch the after party.
Mitch said it to Alexis, and Alexis reiterated to the group.
Kristen, it's between Kristen and Justin. I don't know. I mean, Alexis and Justin, but for a fact, Miguel and Nate and Stacia was like, we ain't never heard that. Never heard it. Never heard it.
Yeah. Miguel said, I ain't never heard that. Who said that?
Who said that?
Yeah.
So I just feel like Justin and Alexis really need to worry about their non-existent sex life, because Justin does not eat the box. That's what they need to worry about.
Wait, how you know?
You didn't get that? You didn't? Okay. We'll get to that.
Oh, my word. I didn't take that from that.
We'll get to it.
Okay, next we got Lindy and Miguel. They seem to be one of the most solid couples, but I swear Lindy is unwell, y'all. Like, something about Lindy scares the shit out of me.
She is.
Y'all. Oh, Justin got ED. Okay, anyway, sorry, y'all.
So we're gonna get to Justin and Alexis.
Yeah, Lindy. Okay, Lindy and Miguel. They went axe throwing. I don't know if anything profound came out of that. It was whatever.
No,
like,
nothing really.
Is that when he started kind of questioning stuff or saying like, "Oh, I don't know if this is forever" type stuff?
No, it's just when he basically addresses the fact, like, she wants to control how he talks. That is the only annoying thing, is that she wants to control how he expresses himself, and the fact that he talks about long term and he doesn't want to hear about her negativity. I mean, she doesn't want to hear about him talk about the long term, and she'll be like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. He's like, but we have to talk about it. So she's annoying, honestly.
No, they said Lindy lazy and crazy. Lindy has a chemical imbalance.
Lindy needs everybody.
Mentally unstable. She gives snap vibes. It's her extremist upbringing. It is Lindy is unwell, y'all. And Miguel, to me, Miguel's a little manipulative and controlling, but so is she. And she is just, I would not be shocked.
So I don't think Miguel is manipulative and controlling. I think Miguel has boundaries, and because she doesn't know how to have boundaries, she doesn't even know how to counteract or reject. Like, she doesn't know how to like go back at him when he puts up.
I feel like he's doing this shit on purpose. I think he's trying to rile her up. Like,
I do not think so, because he said it in the beginning that he is no longer taking people's shit. Like, he don't do that. He don't do that. He don't do that.
Yo, these comments are funny. Lindy need mad.
But really, this episode, they were fine. This episode, they were really fine. It really was the previews for next week that we know is going down.
When did they have the baby? That was the last episode?
Yeah, this episode. No, the baby was last episode. Yes.
When they had that baby, if she wasn't waking up at night, I said, don't have no babies with her, Miguel. Miguel has to leave Lindy. Do not have no babies with her. She couldn't even act like she was going to wake up one time. But he said both nights she did not wake up.
But India, when you actually have a baby, and I don't know obviously how this goes for surrogates or people that don't like birth the child, but you literally get used to things prior to them happening. Like, you have uncomfortable sleep. You wake up. Like, you just get used to being uncomfortable. Whoa. And the baby grew inside of you. And so you're just connected.
So how Miguel could do it? How could Miguel do it? She needs to wake up. She needed to wake. I would have been that first night.
Right. Never mind. You're right.
And Miguel, and she said, I got tomorrow. She don't keep her word. And when she was talking to the expert, whoever they met with this episode, she was like, I couldn't even do it. I was so overwhelmed. He had to do both nights. And I'm like, girl, excuse me, say what? Yeah, that is a sign. I mean, it's a fake baby. We know that she ain't gonna let her baby starve or cry overnight.
However, but she might. And if
however, to me, that was a little going
she really might. She might.
Oh yeah, Miguel got up ball naked. Yes, when they had to... I was like, is he? They had to put out his
I mean, I don't know. Lady first, it's her pregnancy is going to trigger her in some way or another, because we know the chemicals are the hormones are raging when you are pregnant. I don't know what the hell she's going to go through. It could throw her back on track. She needs to do some testing.
Oh, y'all right. This is why they said that she lazy, because she don't want to work. They said she don't want to pay bills and she don't want to take care of her baby. She one of them stay-at-home moms that I want to be like, the stay-at-home moms that got the nanny. Like, she don't want to. She said, I don't want to work anymore. So I just like, girl, excuse me, say what?
Okay, wait, but on this episode, Miguel met with her friend, and her friend was being shady.
Her friend was a little bit of a hater, y'all.
Why is her friend hating? Her friend hated. Like, y'all ain't got good friends. Y'all got terrible friends. Who comes on a show and talks about their friend negatively?
Lindy's probably gonna be mad about that when she see that. I ain't gonna lie. I wish she was on this episode.
It don't make sense, but okay.
And she don't cook, and she don't know how to cook. She don't have bait. For her to grow up in that extreme religion, they ain't teach the women how to cook. That don't make no sense. Anyways, so yeah, the friend was hating. What the friend say? She said something, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, why would you say that?"
But that's when Miguel was like, she needs to address what triggers her to respond so quickly, and that's why I don't think Miguel is manipulative, because I think that he is actually pretty aware, and I don't think he's trying to. He has boundaries. We see it in the preview for the next episode. He was like, you're not going to talk to me like that. Don't snap at me like that. We don't know what the snap was. We still got to see that and assess whether he was overreacting or not. But if she talked out, like, that is the one thing that happens with us, with human beings, with people. Like, people talk to you crazy and you take it. Like, maybe more of us need to be like, don't talk to me like that. I'm not doing this with you. You need to go to therapy, figure out why you yelling. Like, yelling is not an acceptable way to communicate. We do it out of fear, out of anger, but it's really not acceptable. And he felt like she yelled at him. She doesn't think she yelled at him because her levels of yelling are probably like 1 to 10. So she probably gave him a 3, and he's like, I don't do no yelling. But which remember, Pastor Cal was giving his bad advice again, talking about you won't see her crazy that much. Like, she's how many times have you been at your worst? Like, once or twice? This is, you have to figure out if you can take her normal.
And her normal is
he can't. He doesn't want to.
Somebody said in one of the first episodes, Miguel said she cooks and cleans. Why was she so nervous to cook in front of him then and got mad at him because he said, oh, put the chicken in after you put in the, like, I think she can't cook.
Right. She got so mad.
She's not confident in her cooking. Not to say she can't cook a little bit, but she's not a cook because she didn't even know to put the spinach in after the meat or something. It was something basic. He doesn't want to. The one thing I will say about Miguel is I feel like maybe some from his past or his trauma or even past relationships, he doesn't want to have to take anything. Because even when they were talking about, do you think falling out of love is grounds for separation or divorce? And she was like, no, because it's going to be ebbs and flows. And he was like, no, if you come to me and you're not happy, and that's not how marriage works, sir. You're going to be married for 3 years because that shit goes downhill. And like, you got to build it back up. It goes down. You got to build it back up. Like, you're not going to be in a marriage for 15, 20 years where you're in love, like what he means in love, for the whole 20 years. Like, it is going to be ebbs and flows. But I think that's what makes me think he's purposely trying to put those boundaries up so she don't have certain expectations. Like, don't get too crazy because I'm not going to be
I will leave your ass. That is really
that's what I think he's doing, in which I think he should just flow. And he said on After Party, he gets in his head a lot and he just has to say everything. You don't have to say everything. Just let it flow. And if she crosses you to a point where you can't take it anymore, then leave. You don't have to keep telling her that you're going to leave.
And that's what she said. She did say she doesn't want to hear it. She's like, I don't want to hear it. It is, anxiety inducing. Like, if I hear you say you're going to leave, then that puts me on edge. But I also think that he is trying to put up boundaries. Like, it is probably very, I don't know. She's a lot. She's a lot.
She is a lot. Somebody said Miguel only likes to begin a relationship. That's why he only dates months at a time. I agree. It's a lot of people like that, especially men. They like that honeymoon stage. When that shit is gone within a year or two, that's why they had these little 1.5 year, 2 year relationships. Then it start getting rocky after them 4 or 5 months after a 1.5 years, and then y'all gone.
Yeah,
that's not how that works. It literally is a decision. It's an active decision. Okay, so then they met with Pastor Cal. I think that I put in my notes, I think they're both negative because he was talking about Lindy being negative. I was like, but you kind of project negativity sometimes. But Lindy is unwell. I put that. And then when they were talking about the Santiagos, now what is a Santiago? Because he alluded to them having small. Did you notice when they was meeting with the group and they was like, oh, it was a boy, our baby was a boy, but we don't know what the baby identified as, but the baby had a wiener. And he said something like, oh, we sent them back to the Santiagos. And then when she said small wiener, he was like, basically that's on brand for the Santiagos. And then they were like, what? And he was like, nothing. And I was like, why would they leave that in there? That seems a little racist or something.
I think he's a Santiago. That's his last name. He's Puerto Rican, right?
So they saying he got he's calling him own self having a small penis. Wow, y'all, did y'all peep that? That's his last name, y'all. That's his last name. So go back. He's saying that he was like, yeah, it's a smaller wiener. And he was like, yep, that's on brand for Santiago's. Then they start looking at each other and people are like, huh? And then they start laughing. And I was like, do the Santiago's have small penises?
But he was talking about himself. Yeah, I definitely know he was.
I mean, that's believable.
That's what they was talking
about. He does not give BDE. Let's be clear.
No, but I don't know. Like they gonna work and divorce in like a year or two. I feel like
Yeah, I think so. Well, shit, look at Beth and whatchamacallit?
Jamie, yeah.
Beth, Jamie and Beth. Like they might end up I don't think they're gonna work for the long haul anyway, but they've been 4 or 5 years or whatever, so they might end up being.
They've been married
only 3 years.
Mm-hmm. These seasons are back to back, so it feels like each season is a year, but it's not. It's 2 a year, so it's only been 3 years. But I don't know. So let's go. Can we move on to
okay, Alexis and Justin?
Yeah.
Or you got Nate and Stacia?
I got Alexis and Justin next.
Okay, me too. I said I can't stand either of them.
Either,
right. I don't like them.
Neither. I cannot. They both. So from the last episode, Indy and I talked about this. I really did understand not how they were both feeling. I understand how Alexis was feeling ganged up on. Alexis won't be honest about, Justin won't be honest about why he don't want Alexis to leave, but he was honest this week. He is insecure. His insecurities are, he's worried that she's going to go out and meet somebody else. He does not trust his wife. He does not trust her to not have more fun with somebody else than with him. He is worried about their relationship. Their relationship is not strong. When you don't have a strong relationship, then you're going to be insecure. And that's where they are. So I don't know. But Pia, I thought I liked her.
I didn't like Pia, y'all.
But I did like Devin. I have literally never listened to Devin Franklin, never read a book, never listened to him on an interview. I've never heard him. Besides knowing that he was married to Megan Good, I did not know anything about his style of coaching or anything. I thought he did a great job.
I did too, because I didn't like how Pia came at that situation. I'm not saying that it was other stuff you could have came at Alexis for, right? But you coming at that going out, that specifically going out while you're married and making blanket statements and be like, why do you want to go out every week if you're married with friends? You have to explore why. Like, to me, it was bad advice, and it was on international TV, y'all. It was terrible. If they had a secure relationship and they actually spent quality time together on other days, how are you going to tell somebody they can't spend 2 to 3 hours out with other people other than their spouse or spouse and kids a week? It's not a lot of time. The problem is they clearly aren't spending quality time together. He's insecure because he knows she don't want him.
Nope.
And she's trying not to go crazy, so she still needs her friends and needs to hang out. I just thought Pia, she missed the mark with that one. I'm not gonna lie.
She did. And
Alexis ain't honest either, because the truth would be, when we just talk about going out, the facts, he don't want her to go out. Yes, of course. In my opinion, Alexis is right. But when we talk about you're not making him feel wanted because you don't want him, y'all ain't.
But I think she's not saying that stuff because she doesn't want to look bad on TV and she doesn't want to talk shit about him on TV. The other thing is, I swear for Jesus, who just said that? When Devin came in, or Devon came in, like, Alexis looked like she would, like, they zoomed in on her face. I was like, is she even paying attention to what he is saying? She was so into Devin Franklin or Devon Franklin. Like,
she's not attracted. We know she's not attracted to him because she skipped him on whatchamacallit.
On him.
I think I can't stand Alexis either. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like neither of them. But in that one situation about the going out and specifically just going out, I just didn't think it needed to be a blanket statement. I think
let's acknowledge the fact that she feels smothered. She feels smothered because Justin is insecure. So Justin is like, he clearly has an attachment where he wants to be closer because he feels her pulling away. So as she pulls away, he wants to go in closer. That only annoys her and irritates her and makes her want to go out more. Like, it is literally a cycle.
Yeah, that is, unfortunately, that's how that works. It does work like that. And like she said, you have never planned a date and I said no. You have never said, hey babe, we going out Friday night, and I said no. You have never. So to me, Justin, she looked a little bad because she's a little more boisterous to him, and then she's the one in control of the relationship. So of course Alexis looks like the asshole. But if you ain't fully you ain't tried to really initiate sex, you ain't trying to woo her clearly if she been going out every weekend and y'all already didn't have no plans. And not that it's just up to the male to make plans, but Yeah, you're right. Women do like a little smothering from a dude she's into. Yeah.
But
If she was into him, she
they
wouldn't be
know
going
that
out.
they know that they're not in a good place. And
Mhm.
on top of that, on the after party, she was like, Justin doesn't have friends. So boom, I didn't know that Justin didn't have friends. He did meet up with that one friend in the beginning of this episode, and he was like, marriage is hard, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it's gonna work. But I just feel like he is only coming to this realization because he's responding to Alexis's energy. He doesn't want to be like, I'm still all in, all in, all in, because he knows that it's a good possibility she's going to say no. And he is not alpha, beta, data, or Z. I can't.
Not Justin. Justin is not an alpha, beta, or
delta.
He is a zeta. Zeta is not the last letter in the Greek alphabet, y'all. Zeta is in the beginning. That is hilarious. They sure don't go on dates.
Justin did. I mean, Devin did tell him to boss up. So Devin, I felt like gave really good advice. Like he basically was like, a bad sex life is an imbalance of power, and I agree with that. Like I think that if you guys aren't sexually attracted to each other, either both of y'all are off or somebody is off. It's off somewhere. And so if she's not attracted to him because he's not dominant, but okay, the reason why I said that he's not eating the box, y'all, is because they were talking in an interview they were talking to each other, and he tried the night before or something. She was like, he asked, are you gonna, he was talking to Devin when they were in the group. He was like, are you going to make it easier on him, or are you going to give him a chance? And she was like, I am. And he was like, I know, I'm trying. It's something I never done before. He said it was something he's never done before. And he also said, next time I'm gonna just go in teeth and all. Nigga, if you don't keep your teeth
so that's where you got that.
That is where I think they intimated that she is requiring some foreplay that he has never done.
He's saying that he's never ate the box before, y'all. That's a deal breaker. Sorry. We're not doing it. So now I take back what I said about Alexis.
Did y'all not hear that? Am I the only one that took that from there? But basically,
I'm gonna go back.
Like, I'm gonna dive in. He said it's something I've never done before. And she was like, well, you just have to do it. Like, I just feel like they're not talking about sex. They're not talking about intercourse. What are they talking about? And he was like, I'm gonna be the Tasmanian devil. Like, I just feel like that whole visual to me.
Right, Michelle, you might be onto something.
He's trying to give head and he doesn't know how to or what to or whatever.
And then that's not gonna work for me. So I'm going out with my friends, period. And her friends probably do it better anyway. Anyway, yeah. Jody, why you think Devin, is it Devon or Devin Franklin?
I don't know.
Devon Franklin. Devin Franklin. Why you think he's terrible, Jody, I'm sorry. Well, she did say ugly dudes eat the box. That is true, Dallas Balls.
I don't think Justin has.
Can y'all see Michelle? Are we both breaking up, or is it just
we're talking over each other? Sorry.
He doesn't want sex. He's not into it. People are saying they think he's asexual.
I also think that he has not had as much sexual experience that he is leading on to, because he does not have BDE. And
is Michelle just breaking up, or am I breaking up too, y'all? Can y'all respond? Because I can keep going if it's just her.
Vaughn, thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Okay, thanks. EB24601. We just gotta stop talking over each other. So I think, yes, they are both messy and gossipy. They talk stuff about each other. They talk stuff about all the couples.
Dang, it looked like it's both of us.
Somebody said nobody's breaking up. What you talking about? It's only India then. India can't hear me? India, can you hear me? Okay, y'all. So India can't hear me. I think that's the problem. I can't type on this. They better as messy friends, messy boo friends. That's what they better as. They better as friends. Because I don't know. He lied. Justin ranted that he was a beast. Yeah, he's a liar because he thinks that's what he's supposed to say. I've been saying that. Like, he thinks that's what he's supposed to say. He thinks that saying, oh, all the women want to know how big, like, yeah, they do, but then you don't have the energy that makes them want that. So I don't know.
Sorry. I'm back.
No, they could always hear us. You just couldn't hear me.
Oh, darn it. Okay.
Okay. So no, it's fine. So yeah, I don't know. I think Justin is just doing too much, but I thought they were messy as hell, and that's why they just need to be good Judies. Because, like, what are you doing, talking and bringing up stuff about Mitch and Kristen in front of everybody? Like, And it was just like such a poised little question. Like, what about this? And it's like, yeah, you said it before. No, Justin and Alexis is out here throwing, grenades and blowing stuff up in front of everybody. Like, they don't have stuff to talk about. Like, talk about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then they want to talk in code about what they got going on. Man, get out of here. They get on my nerves. He needs some testosterone. He does. It's a lot of stuff that Justin needs. And on the after show last week, Alexis and Stacia were talking about how Nate gave Justin the throat spray. So I don't know.
For her to use, for Alexis to use.
Yes, deep throat spray.
What kind of shit is Nate on?
Oh, that's what they were talking about. Because last episode, Nate and Stacia, which we're gonna get to, was having all the sex fun, and so they was like, so Alexis was like, yeah, Nate gave Justin a deep throat spray, and I'm just like, wait, what? So after this episode, I'm like, so you don't eat the box, but you want her to give you the got? Like, I can't.
Not got, child. Oh,
like,
my
what
God.
is happening?
I
can't. I can't. Y'all are going in. Justin needs shoulder pads.
I don't like Nate. I'm like the only person that don't like Nate. I can't stand Nate. I'm not gonna lie. He's very judgmental to be, and I'm still not over him talking about Black people as savages. So I'm always gonna not like Nate, and he real judgmental. He don't like. Oh, I realized that he doesn't like. Well, I knew from the after show he doesn't like Justin because he was going in on him a few weeks ago. Then I realized that he does not like Alexis, and he did. He was right. He was like, "You messy. You're spreading rumors," and period. We don't like you. He don't like her. He does not like Alexis or Justin, which is so funny. So we've never seen where the Black couples or the Black people on the show didn't like each other, didn't get along.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course, Nate would be the one not to like any Black person on the show. Anyways, next.
Let's just do Nate and Stacia.
Nate and Stacia, yeah, because Morgan and Ben are last. Oh, then I put Nate don't like Alexis. That was from last episode. Oh, they met with Pastor Kyle. They were the least eventful because they were pretty much cruising this episode. They didn't have any besides
their issue, it was when they met with Pastor Kyle. So if we want to just cut to the chase, when they met with Pastor Kyle, he said he wasn't sure he loved her because it was trust issues, and then they brought up that she had apparently cheated before. He said he had never been cheated on to his knowledge, and then he was gonna hold that against her from 10 years ago. I just feel like it's very weird that we are acting like everybody is not a human being. Yes, there are probably a very small, very, very, very small percentage of people in life that are like, oh my God, I would never cheat, and they just would never do it. But in real life, even if you don't cheat, you did something else that is not nice and not good and deplorable. Yeah. So why are we acting like shit don't stink? Like,
I didn't like him looking at her crazy. She said, and she told the truth. You know how many women would never admit to cheating on a partner 10 years ago because the shit don't count if it was 10 years ago. That is erased from the record. Number two, and so because she was young, she's 37. Okay, she was 27.
She was 27.
But still. Women wouldn't admit to that, let alone on national TV. Maybe you would have lied on camera and told him afterwards, whatever. So to me, she's honest. She's not a cheater. She cheated. And he looked at her like, it's a bad thing. Okay, let me ask dudes who have friends who haven't cheated in 10 years. They would be like, oh, that's my friend. He don't cheat. No. But a woman that cheated 10 years ago, oh, that's a part of her character for the rest of her life.
For sure.
But not cheating in 10 years is a long time.
It don't count. And see, Golden is right. His friend said it. He has not been in a real relationship. He's never told anybody he loves them. Sir, you don't even count. You've never been in a committed relationship or a long-term committed relationship. Like, come on. Like, he just has he does not have a realistic view of what marriage is. And why? Because he has mommy issues. And his dad was very hard on him. So I just don't know that he's seen. And I was very surprised to find out that he did have a stepmother and he has a sister, probably from that relationship. But either way, like, he clearly, his view of marriage is stunted. He does not have good examples. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, he doesn't. I agree, Jody. He has her on a pedestal. I agree with that.
And he did say that to her friends. Yeah. He was like, I don't know. I just looked at her like this. And they're like, well, you got to stop judging her because, like, come on. Like, she's human. She's a person. You know, she's not going to do everything right. But he doesn't do everything right. Sir, like, what?
I agree, though. They both don't have a realistic view of relationship. Yeah. Neither of them. Neither of them have the proper experience or emotional intelligence. Jody said, just like women don't count that one night stand in Jamaica.
Nope.
They sure don't. No. I can't relate.
Anything that happened out of the country don't even count, child.
He is elusive. I don't think they have real problems. They're gonna say that. I think they're gonna say that. They're definitely gonna say yes. I think they're definitely gonna last a few years. They might be a Karen and Miles girl. They were saying Karen and Miles done broke up and it's only been a couple years. That's what the people were saying. But then the people say they still together. They just don't be on social media no more. But I think they'll last a little while. Out of all the couples, they have the most promise for the longest lasting relationship. Stacia really wants to be in a relationship.
Because if she likes him, it could work. I don't think they should be married. But if they are going to figure this out, then they might.
Yep, I agree. Yep, I agree.
Let me see if I have any more notes on them.
Nate met with her friends. She met with his friends, and she told him about the love stuff. And that's when they told us he never was in love. Now, what happened when he met with her two friends?
That's when he told them that he was worried about the cheating and all of that.
Yeah.
We're just like, well, you are judging her. She's gonna pull away if she feels like you're not, all in, whatever. Like, they just told him what, and they were like, oh, and they said that it was gonna be a deal breaker, probably if he didn't say I love you before the decision day. And they want us
to get that.
So here's the thing. No, India, we talked about this. My views have changed. I think if you spend 2 months with somebody straight, you probably you have enough in you to say I love you. You could say I love
why
you.
Do you have to? Why is it a deal breaker? What if I even like why do I have to?
People need validation. Yeah,
but then you keep telling me I have to. I'ma just say it. So you can shut up.
Well, I think he did. Right. I think he did. Well, he said, I'm falling in love with you. But then come to find out, he still has never said, I love you. That's what he told Pastor.
So if somebody tell you they falling in love with you, somebody showing you that they care for you and they love you and that they put your needs somewhere in the forefront, and they have to say, I love you. You want them now to say, I love you every time they leave the house, every time y'all hang up the phone, every time y'all end the conversation. Like, I don't get that.
I just think that
I don't love you. I love spending time with you. Exactly. Because to me, some people aren't going to say I love you until they feel in love. Some people are going to say it like I love you. Like, I love you. You're my friend. I really care about you. That's love.
I feel like, yes. I feel like I care about you is really the same thing as I love you in those early stages. Like, I care about you.
In the early stages. Exactly.
It really is the same. But I do think, yes. So that is people's like unrealistic expectation of love or marriage, but at the same time, I feel like people put in weight. Like, Pastor Cal is trying to get people to say I love you based on his definition so that they can get over this whole romanticized like side of love. And it is about, I care about you. I will do these things for you. I will do for you, because you're my wife, because I want to see the best for you, like all of those things. But what I was going to say is that they want us to think that they're not going to make it. They want us to think he's not going to say I love you because in the previews, they have us seeing that he's like, I don't love you in a big argument. So I don't know what that is. It's probably they trying to trick us. But decision day is in 2 weeks. So the next episode, we have the retreat. Then we probably have one more episode and then decision day. It's 3 more episodes plus the reunions, y'all.
Yeah, I'm happy. They're going on the trip. I always love the trip. I always love the little short couples trip because it always be drama.
It's so much it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good, you guys.
All right. Last but not least.
Last and certainly least. They are
Last and least, Morgan and Binh. I'm so happy that we can finally stop hearing him apologize for the last 6 to 7 episodes, and we can stop seeing Morgan's face.
So Morgan is a hater, and she wants everybody else to be miserable too. She was so mad that Kristen was going off. Girl, shut up. I mean, she was so happy that Kristen was going off in that little group setting. Like, yup. Like, no, girl, bye. You mad because your stuff. You want somebody. You want to have somebody that you can commiserate with. But anywho, I thought it was very telling that the first thing that Binh said was that he did not. This thing's so long. That he did not, that his parents, he was so disappointed because his parents are going to be so disappointed that he's getting a divorce, and it was all about his parents. He don't care about that marriage. He care about what his parents think. I feel so, that boy is broken. He is so broken that all he cares about is his family, his parents, his mom, his dad. His dad is going to be this, his dad's going to be that. Like, he needs like very like serious therapy. Like, he needs inpatient therapy almost. Like, he's
not inpatient, Michelle.
To build himself up. He don't even know who he is. Everything is based on what somebody else does. He literally said, I should not be married because I do not know who I am. And he is 30 years old. And I'm not saying you got to have it all figured out at 30 because you don't, but to have that level of like judgment, and he don't even know, like, he literally is a puppet of what his parents made him think. Like, he does not have real opinions about anything.
Yeah. I wanted him to like boss up on Morgan real quick when she said, I want the divorce.
He sees his dad. He look at Morgan and see his daddy. That shit is sad. That shit is sad.
Yeah, and Morgan is taking advantage of it. I hope Morgan sees these comments because nobody held Morgan's feet to the fire. No expert, nobody truly did. The only person who even said she's dead ass wrong on camera was Nate. Yeah. Everybody else, I would have been going in on Morgan.
But somehow Binh also was like self-deprecating, so he kept on taking responsibility. So I don't even know what to think. I don't know what to think.
It had to be something else, y'all. On the after show, somebody was like, was it something behind the scenes? And nobody said anything.
It is
so like, what is it? Not Morgan walk like Nelson on The Simpsons. I'm done.
She walks like she got stones in her feet. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, she do that UFC or do she that Muay Thai?
She like hunches around like it's a mess.
She do. She walk like this, y'all. I'm Morgan. I'm a bully. I'm a nurse. I come home and don't talk to me.
I cannot stand the fact that she be having all her work clothes when people come over. If you don't take them.
She's trying to show that she got a job, y'all.
Yes.
Kristen said Morgan wants an alpha stronger than her. Yes, she did on the after show. She was like stronger than her. And Keisha Knight Pulliam was like, oh, I don't know if we need all that alpha. They be in there fighting each other.
It's a mess. And he did say, okay, so the one thing that Binh said that I believed, and he was just like, I hope that she can forgive me because she's not going to get over this. Like, she had a hard time forgiving her father. She had a hard time forgiving all these things. Like, this girl holds on to stuff and makes it bigger than what it is in her head because I just still don't see. Like, I understand where she's coming from. Okay, fine. Like, I can never be friends with him because I will never trust him again. And it's just like, okay, sis, but could you just be cordial and say, hey?
Yeah, it's not that deep. And especially when all of that was true, even if he was shitting on her, it's on him. Like, I would feel bad for him. Like, if I was her, if all of what she's saying is true, which I think she's exaggerating it. But even if he did say something and you can't trust him, you never be his friend, it's on him. I would feel bad for him. I want him to find himself. I want him to not seek validation outside of himself. I want him to be confident enough to do these things. And if he gets there, I never say never. You know, she's still hurt. But what you hurt for is that you ain't said nothing.
And I just need to know what lies. Like, if I get lied on, I'm gonna be mad too. But they won't say them out loud. What were the lies? The nursing degree? The lies.
And the nursing degree was not a lie. She did not. She said, and she lied. She said that she lied on that application and said that she had a bachelor's degree. You are a nurse. You are a RN registered in California because clearly you don't need a bachelor's degree, but you don't have a bachelor's degree.
But what did he say to Justin? What did he say? What did he say? What text messages? He said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? She never said it. I don't know. The reunion better freaking say what they said.
I'm gonna need them to hold Alexis accountable too. Alexis, what did you tell her? What said? Because you're the one that passed the message.
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say, y'all. Just with all of the like back and forth, like I really thought it was real kind of crappy. It sucks that Kristen found out from her sister what happened right before
they went to tape. Yeah.
Clearly she couldn't hold it in. She was upset. But I also feel like people really need to understand like their telephone is a real serious thing. Like he did not say it exactly how her sister communicated it. Just like whatever Binh said to Justin is probably not the way that Alexis communicated it to Morgan. Like the shit changes. People hear things a different way. People put their own little spin on it. So they be talking stuff.
Mm-hmm. And Justin, yeah, you're right, Dallas. Justin needs to be held accountable too for that. Because you had it on speaker. No, you was kicking. And I'm not saying it's nothing wrong. I'm gonna tell my husband, like, oh shoot, they going through it. But I'm gonna make sure he don't say nothing. He would never. He's gonna make sure I don't mention anything. Like you can't even control your wife, Justin. And you know she messed with Justin wanted that shit to come out too. Ain't no way you would have told her anything not knowing if she gonna tell or not.
Justin definitely wanted it to come out because he was crying for Binh on the second episode because he was crying that that's who he got matched with. Justin cried because Binh didn't have the relationship that he thought he needed. What? Like, we're not going to.
No, these men are not alpha men.
Not one.
No. But the only one that's showing some type of whatever is Nate and Miguel a little bit. All right. We've been on here so long, y'all. We got to go.
Forever. But
Justin and Alexis bond over others' heartache. Yeah, Justin and Alexis, they got some issues, y'all.
Alexis got all dolled up. Mitch better be glad he didn't get matched with Alexis because Alexis be having on a face full of makeup, child. I
don't like that Alexis wears so much makeup because she looks way better without so much makeup.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. The next episode finna be lit because it's our favorite. It's the retreat episode. Lindy and Miguel get into it bad, real bad. I can't wait.
I can't wait to the reunion because I want to know exactly what Binh was saying about Morgan.
I think
the reunion already happened. They need to invite us to another special because
the reunion already happened. You found that out?
It had to have already happened. They only got 3 episodes left, right?
It's probably happening like
now.
We should find out. Usually, I don't follow the mafs page on whatever.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
You think Alexis knew Devon was gonna be there because Alexis came in and she was just posing. She was sitting on that couch with her head high, her neck tilted, like she was giving, or she thought she was giving.
She loves him. She that's her type. He ain't her type. That's her type.
Whose friends are homeless people?
Justin.
What?
4 coats of makeup. Yeah, she had on a full face, y'all. She had more than a full face. She was giving.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be having on my makeup, but
yeah, but you tell them do a light natural beat, so it looked like I would have my makeup artist coming, but it would be light natural.
Yeah, it would be light.
The concealer's way too light. It don't even fit her undertone.
That Kristen got on as much makeup as I got on is crazy. Like. Mitch, we talking about filler and mascara, bro. Yeah. Like, what is happening? Okay, y'all. We just talking Chanel.
All right, y'all. We gotta go. We'll see y'all next week. We will definitely review next week.
Bye. Yes, we probably make lunchtime Thursdays a thing. Lunchtime.
Yeah, maybe we'll do live at this time next week. Let us know what y'all think.
Okay.
Like the video. Like the video. Comment on the other video when it uploads too. Okay, thank you. Bye. Not Justin does Alexis makeup. I'm done. Y'all going to hell, and I ain't going with you.
I can't.
Not Justin do Alexis.